Against the Grain podcast. My name is Aaron Singerman.
I'm Kim Singerman.
And we are glad to be back. It's been a couple weeks. First thing I have to do is give my buddy Matt Howland a shout out. On the last episode, I talked a little bit about working on things on the farm, building things, and learning how to do things with my hands. And one of those things is working on cars, and Matt has been a big part of learning how to work on cars for me, and so there's my shout out to Matt. So now let's dive into the episode. Thanksgiving Thanksgiving is now over. That's a good thing. Not that our family's gone, but we had a great time. It was a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I was pretty happy with it. How about you?
It was good.
It's good.
A lot of fun. Exhausting, but
Very exhausting.
yeah. The kids, I think, were over it by the end of the weekend.
I wouldn't say over it, just
Just
overstimulated.
Yes.
Overstimulated
Yes, very
is the word. It was a lot for them.
They thrive off of a schedule.
They do thrive off of a schedule.
And when it's thrown off.
Yeah, they were up late every night and all that good stuff. But they had fun, and your family came in from Florida. Your brother and sister-in-law and their kids, and Kim's parents. And then Friday we went down to Cincinnati and did Thanksgiving with my mom and my siblings, and went off without a hitch. It was nice. Everybody was present and in good health, which is, I think, what we're most grateful for here. Is family and good health.
We celebrated my mom's 60th birthday.
Saturday, the big 6-0, but it was really like her 59th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So those
We
of you
celebrated 59th and 60th.
Yes, so both of for those of you that don't understand what we're talking about there, Kim's mother, do you want to tell?
Yeah, so last year, I think we kind of talked about it briefly on our first episode.
Yeah, or why?
She had bad complications of the chemo, which...
From breast cancer.
Yes, and she was in kind of like a medical-induced coma. And she was on a ventilator, and so she slept through her birthday last year. So I told her technically she was still 58 since she slept last year.
Yes.
So, but yeah, she's awake now and got to celebrate 59th and 60th all in one.
It was a nice day. Other than that loss to the team up north, it was a...
Let's just not talk about that.
Yeah,
it's
let's
depressing.
just not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. So let's talk about your sourdough, though.
Yes, so for those that follow us on social media, you might have noticed I've been posting up a ton of sourdough recipes I've been kind of practicing. Done tons of loaves, just regular sourdough loaves. My goal is to this winter kind of work on flavored loaves, like a jalapeno cheddar. But with the original loaves, I was cutting them up and letting them dry out on the counter to make homemade stuffing, and it was amazing.
So good. So good.
And it was soaked in homemade chicken broth that I had made from our farm chicken.
Yes. It was the winner. I think it was the consensus of everybody that your stuffing won.
Between that and the deep fried turkey.
And the deep fried turkey.
That's all I could eat.
Yeah, it was so good. And can we just have a moment here to debate stuffing and calling it dressing? Can we just not call it dressing anymore? Like, I don't...
So my niece told me that because she said, are you taking the stuffing and putting it inside the turkey? And I said, no, why would I do that? We're deep frying the turkey. She said, well, then you can't call it stuffing. Oh,
We're gonna call it stuffing from now on. I'm done. I'm done calling it dressing or stuffing. Whatever. It's good. It was delicious.
Tomato.
Kim's stuffing was amazing. So, anyways, um, lots of sourdough. We made sourdough cookies. You made sourdough cookies. You made sourdough crackers. We're really diving deep into this sourdough thing at our farm.
You can make anything with it.
You can make anything with it. Oh, we made sourdough pizza crust the other week, and that turned out really, really fantastic. I was very impressed with it. It turned out good. I was happy. So, yeah. And then a couple days before Thanksgiving, 2 days before Thanksgiving exactly, we butchered our 103 chickens. And that was a stupendous, wonderful day. Absolutely.
Great idea.
Just great idea to butcher birds a couple days before Thanksgiving in the rain when it's cold and almost breaking your thumb while your wife laughs at you. It's, was just a really enjoyable experience.
Hey, I tried not to laugh.
Yeah.
But it was quite comical. It wasn't necessarily, I don't think we planned well for trying to travel with 103 birds.
No, it turned out fine. It was cold and wet and just one of those days where you're just like, ugh, why am I?
We are going to start butchering ourselves, though.
Yeah.
It would just make life much easier.
This spring, we're going to take care of all that ourselves. So we had our first sales today. We had a couple people out to the farm to check out the farm, pick up their orders. So we're excited to hear from them. We got a couple orders going out tomorrow. And literally orders coming in as we're talking right now. I'm getting texts from people, so that's pretty cool. We're excited. We appreciate all the support. There's more products coming in the spring. We're going to have jalapeno this and jalapeno that. And I think, should we? I don't know if I should announce. Are we going to do some sourdough stuff? Maybe?
I think so, but it's going to be very limited.
It's going to be like a first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Like we're going to be doing farmers markets and it's going to be like that product that we're hoping.
Get it while you can if it's
Get
sold
it while
out,
you can.
then...
If it's sold out, it's sold out. There might be 12 loaves. There might be 15 loaves, but when they're gone, they're gone. You know what else she made? Bagels. Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean... And so I came home from work and there were bagels coming out of the oven, fresh, piping hot bagels, sourdough bagels, everything bagels, and fresh homemade cream cheese. I mean...
Onion and chive cream cheese.
I thought I died and gone to heaven. I swear. It was fantastic. And shout out to my boy Jeffrey Tabor right there. He's hoping to get some bagels here in the short future here, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I can like get them in a car and bring them to them.
They might be gone
without eating them. So yeah. Anyways, so we packaged all of our chicken on Thanksgiving. It got chaotic, but shout out to my family, all of my in-laws. They showed up, especially my father-in-law, and shout out to Jason Alt for supervising. But
he videoed to make sure he had contact.
We flew him in from Jacksonville to be our cameraman for our reels and stuff on Instagram. So shout out to Jason Alt. But Tim Alt was the GOAT. He helped us out, packaging.
I think he enjoyed it though.
Yeah, he did have fun. He's always down to like
he said, I've never done this before.
This is a new experience. He's always down to learn a new experience, so it's really nice. Anyways, so the funny thing is, we had 103 birds that we butchered, and my father-in-law and I, we were bagging up all the whole birds, and as we're bagging up all the birds, we take a little break, and I start, the next day I get back into it and I start bagging up all the wings, and I'm counting all the wings, and I'm like, they shorted us on wings. They only gave us,
He came inside in a panic.
they only gave us 103 wings. And we called the butcher and everything, and they called us back the next day and gently reminded us that we butchered half of the chickens whole and half of the chickens up into pieces. So they didn't short us. The wings were still attached to the whole chickens that my father-in-law and I had bagged the day before. So Kim got to have a wonderful conversation with the butcher where he was like, yeah, we don't have your wings.
So I looked like a
But he
great
did say
person.
that this actually is not the first time this has happened. So I think that made her feel a little bit better. But
Well, and I also informed him that my husband is terrible with math.
yeah, no, awful with math. Like I was awful. I think I failed like algebra like 3 or 4 times in high school. But anyways, the other thing that we learned very quickly is that we had to invest in a commercial grade vacuum sealer. I mean, we got through like
2 bags.
2 or 3 bags, and we're like, this isn't gonna work. So
I had one of those like $50 Prime deals,
yeah, so
off
we had to go
Amazon,
spend
which is great for just your couple bags that you might need throughout the year to seal.
something around the house. But no, this thing is fantastic. It does the job. Did a great job actually. We got it from Cabela's. Was it on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Thanksgiving Day.
Unfortunately, we had to bail out on my extended family lunch so we could go get the
Yes.
vacuum sealer at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep. It turned out. So, man, all the shout outs today on this podcast. Our next one goes out to Rachel Newberry.
Yes.
She helped us build our website, which, I mean, I had no idea what goes into building a website. Like, that's crazy. Like, there's a lot. We had no idea. We had no idea.
There's still a lot.
And there's still a lot. Like, I'm playing with it constantly and learning and tweaking things. Should be launching this coming week. So you guys will be able to get on, order everything online. We're not quite there with shipping. So we're going to be doing drop points here in Columbus, probably like a Westerville and Grove City, and then pick up at the farm as well. So, but once we figure out the shipping thing, we'll make an announcement and get it on the website and everything. And if anybody has any pointers on shipping, like we're still we're sorting through that. It's an interesting.
Yeah, it's not just a simple Google search either.
No, there's some stuff we
when you
gotta
do
put.
Google, you end up down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, there's a lot to figure out with shipping. So
yeah.
Interesting. Anybody has some pointers, we'd love to hear from you. And then we went to Homesteaders of America Women's Conference. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a women's conference and we both went together, but husbands were welcome to join.
To wander.
And to wander the farm. If you guys haven't been to Polyface, they have an open door policy. You can walk on their farm, you can come by any day, and you can just walk all over their farm.
And they have a little
encourage
market there that's super cute and have tons of stuff in there.
Yeah, so I got to go to Joel Salatin's farm and wander around, look at all his setups, his pigs and his chicken setups and everything. It was truly an experience. I look forward to visiting his farm again at some point.
Yeah.
It wasn't long enough, but it was enough for me to really, fall in love with Virginia.
They say Virginia's for lovers.
Virginia is for lovers, but Virginia is beautiful. If you guys haven't taken the time to really soak it in, it is a beautiful, beautiful state. Um, we had some really cool experiences. Every time I go to one of these conferences, homesteading conferences, I'm not going to get too much into the weeds with the conversations that were had while we were there, but I am going to chat a little bit about. Um, I met Sean and Beth Doherty, um, and they kind of led us down this path of researching like regenerative farming and dairy cows. And Kim had mentioned wanting to get a dairy cow and get a cow, and I've just been so like, oh, I don't know that that's what I want to do. I don't know that's what I want to do. And then later that day, I was walking around the farm and stumbled upon Beth Doherty. And me and her sat and chat for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes during that Ruth Ann Zimmerman talk. Mm-hmm. And then she had me convinced that dairy cow is the way to go. And I think Kim was excited to hear that.
Yeah, she said that I was right.
Yeah, she said that you were right. You were right. So, any takeaways that you had from the conference? What do you have?
I think the biggest things that stuck with me is the Ruth Ann Zimmerman. When she was talking, she did a lot about parenting and on a homestead, and she has multiple kids. I forget how many. I think she said like 7 or 8 maybe, and I only have 2. So I just felt like she was very well experienced in that area. Mm-hmm. And had a lot of good takeaways with how to parent your kids and have them as like your right-hand man, especially when they're younger. Teaching them how to work, how to do chores. That way when they are 6, 7, 8 years old, they're an entire other set of hands helping, because they'll know how to milk a cow, how to feed chickens, and
it's such the whole like.
I have like 10 pages of notes from between Ruth Ann and Beth.
Yeah. And so I got so excited, and Kim's so excited, and she's enthralled in these things and taking notes and all that good stuff. And then I'm running down to the vendor thing to chat with Beth's husband, Sean, and it was just, we soak up so much information, and we're looking forward to our next one. I don't even know what our next one is, but
I don't know for sure, but I do know January 1st, tickets for Homesteaders of America goes on sale. And I paid and signed us up for the membership of that. So we get first dibs on tickets as a member.
But
that's not until October of next year.
Excited for that. Well, yeah, really love the trip to Virginia. I look forward to spending more time in Virginia. I look forward to getting to know Sean and Beth a little more. We've already exchanged some emails, and I hope their build on their house goes well. They're rebuilding their house. It had burnt down
in May
of this year. So they're rebuilding, and I hope all that goes well for them as well. So right now, the farm, I've been, our chickens are laying eggs now, laying hens. I think it's been a steady like 1 egg a day for like 2 weeks. And now I think today we had 4 eggs in one day. We have 23 laying hens. So that number could start going up quickly, but then they also lower a little bit when it's cold, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say during the colder weather that you or not you, the chickens slow down on the process. So in theory, because we have 23 chickens and 3 roosters, so we have 20 that lay. So in the spring, we should be having a lot
of
every
eggs.
day.
So we'll have eggs for sale too.
Yes, and I almost got us some silkies today, but they were roosters. And we can't have more roosters.
I want silkies, but apparently they breed silkies and they got the little like poofy hair on top. I want a silky. I've been wanting a silky, and that's why we almost pulled the trigger, but then we reread and realized it was.
I just got excited.
Yes.
And failed to read the post.
So we're getting everything set up for winter. I've been working around the farm, got a lot of cleaning up around the farm today, got all the chicken tractors put up for the winter. I'm going to be winterizing the raised beds, and by winterizing I mean putting some wood chips down and some hay over the top of them and letting them sit for the winter. I'm working on building shelves, and I got a bunch of those done in the basement so far. We're working on building some more for canning, and
that's another project I'm gonna learn this winter, how to can.
How to can food.
Yeah. Probably start with getting some items from the grocery store, since we don't have a garden, obviously, right now.
We'll just buy some stuff in bulk and start learning how to can some things.
Simple.
Yeah. And then loaves for sale in the spring, it says here. So we're gonna keep learning throughout the winter with our sourdough, and hopefully
we gotta invest in another oven.
Probably another oven, yes, definitely. Put it somewhere out in the garage or something, and that way we can have a little bit more bulk for you guys when we come to the farmer's market. And I think that's about it for today. Yeah.
We'll know real quick. We'll know mid-December for sure about the farmers markets, and then as soon as we find out, we'll announce it.
Yes, as soon as we find out.
At the Westerville Farmers Market.
Hopefully Westerville and New Albany, I think. So thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate the support, and as always, you can reach us on our Instagram, and thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.